You didn't get those.
The following is a presentation of the Spartan Media Network.
It's time for the Robyn Fralick Show.
Underneath the rim to Van Sluten. She'll back up and bank it off the board for two. Out to Shoemate. Now Halleck, a right slot three. Bring it up! Darren Halleck hits a long ball. Shoemate wide open left wing three. Bring it up! The dagger from Emma Shoemate.
The Robyn Fralick Show is presented by Diversified Insurance Group, your independent insurance agency for home, auto, and life. The Robyn Fralick Show is also brought to you by One North Kitchen and Bar, making good times great. Meyer, supporting hundreds of sports teams across the Midwest. Dean Trailways, the official ground transportation provider of Spartan Athletics. Make Dean Trailways your favorite ride. The Munn Team, Jan and John Munn at Berkshire Hathaway Home Services. Tommy Raines Realtors, realtors that get results. The MSU Federal Credit Union. Spartan fans dream big with MSU Federal Credit Union. And by Coors Light. Choose chill. Now, with head coach Robyn Fralick, here's the voice of Michigan State women's basketball, Dalton Shetler.
Hello, all, and welcome to the Coach Robyn Fralick Show, presented by Diversified Insurance Group. We're live at One North Kitchen and Bar in East Lansing. If you want to join our audience for any of the MSU Coaches shows, make your reservation by emailing coachesshows@onenorthdining.com. Glad to be with you all here for our final Robyn Fralick Show of the season.
Friends.
Join me as I take a deep dive into the least consulted ticketing app in history, SeatGeek. Did SeatGeek invent the ticket?
No, but we do make them work.
Drum roll, please. Ooh, how do I use the Seat View feature?
It shows seats with a pole blocking the view. Don't buy those.
What if I want to sit behind a pole?
Buy those.
Join me as I bore you to death with a series of interviews about a ticketing app that just does what it's supposed to do.
Unlock your potential. Hospitals and health centers. We make a difference every day. Together. Join us at careers.ufmhealthsparrow.org.
Welcome back to the Coach Robyn Fralick Show, presented by Diversified Insurance Group. We're here live from One North Kitchen and Bar, East Lansing, for all the Spartan Coaches radio shows. One North Kitchen and Bar, making good times great. All right, let's tackle the week that was for Michigan State women's basketball. We'll save the barn for the last part. Let's first talk about senior night in East Lansing. Michigan State defeats Northwestern 104-68. And it felt like a game where the team really was able to get back on track. I know that was the messaging before that game. How do you get back on track? It felt like it was a galvanizing and kind of a rekindling of what made Michigan State so good at the beginning.
Yeah, it was a great night all the way around to be able to honor our seniors, be able to play good basketball. We had 29 assists, I think, to 4 turnovers, 5 turnovers. So that's just us playing a much better brand of basketball. We talked a lot about getting back on the tracks, and to do that, sometimes you just got to go back to the basics, pass the ball, talk.
Her range is limitless. She ties us here at the barn. Gets away from trouble, finds Terrian, another right wing three, ring it up! 3 threes for Amy Terrian. She is simply unconscious, and she puts the Spartans up 7. Now here come the Spartans. 62-56. Michigan State leads. Gotta find a way to hang in here. Adversity is starting to rise. A tidal wave of momentum for the hottest team in the Big Ten, Minnesota. Spartans need an answer. Blair 7 on the shot clock. Takes a high ball screen. Top of the key with 5. Drives the left side. Shovels off to Sotelo with 3. Kicked out to Brown with 1. She's got to put it up and step back at the front of the horn. It's good! Ice cold Jalen Brown delivers a step back to beat the shot clock. 64-56. Michigan State leads.
And that would prove to be one of the big buckets that Michigan State needed to put the game away. Honestly, I mean, you could take us through the possession. When Jalen put the ball on the deck, I didn't think she would have enough time to even get it off.
As she was open on the catch, and it was low shot clock, and we encourage her a lot to shoot when she's open on the catch. But she put it on the deck and made, arguably maybe the biggest shot of the night. They had momentum. They cut it to 6. That put it back to 8. Gave us some momentum back. We got to stop after that. Big time play.
And for Jalen Brown, she also had a tough and one the next possession too. She finishes with 20 points. It's the 3rd time this season she's put together 20 points in a ball game. But we started that off with 3 threes from Amy Terrian, and this team has some really fun stories to follow and chase. Amy Terrian's one of those great stories that this team has to offer. Had a very limited role throughout the Big Ten season. Then in Happy Valley, I mean, she saved the team's rear end in Happy Valley. The team was down 16. She comes in, knocks some big shots down, and then here again, she steps up in a huge way.
Yeah, and Amy, credit to Amy because she's a kid that just stays ready, and she has a confidence. She has a fearlessness to her that is really special. And, one of my favorite things about Amy is that she's so cool because she doesn't care about being cool. And I mean that in the best possible way. She's just whatever it takes, and she's going to talk. She's going to compete. She's going to do whatever the team needs. And that always plays itself out in a good way. And her shots in that game, once again, changed the momentum of the game.
You used the word earlier, the contributions that this team had, and you use this word often throughout the season. Connectedness. You talk about this team's ability to all be on the same page, to play with each other. That really came back to surface in Minneapolis. What did you take away from how the team was as a unit?
Well, it's required when you're playing the best teams. It's required. And for better or for worse, we've been playing all these really, really good teams in a row, and you learn because some of the stuff you do doesn't work. And so you got to change, and you've got to adjust, and you've got to, and we're learning that now. It's not like all of a sudden we're in the NCAA tournament, like, oh, well, this isn't working. Like, we're learning some of those hard lessons in live speed. And it's been, in the Minnesota game, we saw that come together. It was kind of like whatever it takes. And our team had a real mentality around that. Whatever it takes, be ready to go. We have had different kids in and out. We've had different kids have to step up in different roles. And when you can really embrace that, man, it's a beautiful game.
No, it most certainly is. And one of the things I really wanted to highlight here, too, because there's a couple more areas I want to touch on. One being the physicality your team played with, because you knew Minnesota was going to be tough. You knew they were going to hit you. And you find yourself in a situation where we still got to talk about Ice Alexander. We can here in a second. But Grace Van Sluten finds herself in some foul trouble, and Ines Sotelo has the hard duty of covering one of the best back to the basket bigs in the league, and Sophie Hart. And Sotelo stuck her nose in there and fought for every inch with her.
She did. That was good to see. That was great to see. Because, and she was physical. And what we've talked a lot about during this stretch is like, just play hard and play physical. When you're in a boxing match, when you're the one who hits first, it hurts less, right? When you're the team that initiates contact, that's when it's when you're passive is when everything becomes hard or becomes more uncomfortable. So it's great to see Ines get physical. We've been challenging her on that. It was necessary. Grace got in foul trouble. Isa gave us what she could. And once again, a team effort to be able to figure that out. But we've really just stripped it back to play hard and play physical. And it seems to better things happen when we can focus on that.
Well, and you brought up Isa there again. We can do the update stuff in a moment, but Isa Alexander got to play for the first time in 56 days there at Minnesota. She was hurt in December. Absolutely. I mean, this was a really cool moment. She was hurt in December against Rutgers. Everybody had thought the season was over. And then she made an incredible recovery where she's able to play. This is a really neat story for Isa Alexander, who you apply the context, she missed the last 2 years with injuries. And as she was staring at a third straight, and she's able to come back, that's one of the feel-good moments for the team.
Yeah, and she's given us everything she can. I mean, God bless her right now. She was coming back in practice, feeling good, and then literally the last thing of practice, she sprains her ankle right before the Minnesota game. So we're like, oh my gosh. But gave us what she had, and I think it really moves me because she really is giving us everything she has. And she's playing through pain. She's playing through not getting a chance to play a lot, finding a rhythm again. But going in against Minnesota, I mean, I really believe she gave us what she could in the time she could. And defensively, she really helped us out. Offensively, we're going to get back in rhythm. She's going to be doing those Coach Cam Mike and layups. But it does, I mean, if you could know her story and her journey and what she's gone through, and she is a kid that is truly trying to give us whatever she can give us. And we know that's going to help us down the stretch.
That's really something pretty special. And before we break, since we're on the topic, Spider tried to give it a go. She played 3 minutes in that game. Might be a good time to have a week in between games with Ohio State Sunday.
Yeah, went in. She made a tough finish. She got 2 quick fouls. Same thing. It's a great week for her to just get totally healthy. And against Ohio State, who's, I think, maybe the fastest team in the league, her speed is going to be important, but we got to make sure she's able to play at the way that she can play at her best.
When we come back, we've got some trivia to get to and some other notes and nuggets about this great season for Michigan State. We're live from East Lansing with the head coach of the Spartans, Robyn Fralick. Our show is presented by Diversified Insurance Group. You're listening to the Robyn Fralick Show.
Join me as I take a deep dive into the least insulted ticketing app in history, SeatGeek. Did SeatGeek invent the ticket?
No, but we do make them work.
Drum roll, please. Ooh, how do I use the Seat View feature?
It shows seats with a pole blocking the view. Don't buy those.
What if I want to sit behind a pole?
Buy those.
Join me as I bore you to death with a series of interviews about a ticketing app that just does what it's supposed to do.
Sometimes we're asked if you need to be a Spartan to be a member of Michigan State University Federal Credit Union. The answer is no. To be an MSU FCU member, you just need 3 things. 1, you love saving money and earning cash back. 2, you have a passion for supporting your community, just like we do. 3, when it comes to your future, you prefer to dream big. If this sounds like you, visit msufcu.org to get started. Of course, if you want to cheer on MSU, we're totally on board with that too. Go green.
Spartans, when it's game time, it's One North time. Just minutes from Michigan State University, One North Kitchen and Bar is your go-to spot for scratch cooking and world-class hospitality. When you're celebrating a win or catching up with friends, we've got the perfect dish to make every moment special. Join us for the MSU Coaches Show and get closer to the action with the voices that bring Spartan spirit to life. Visit One North Kitchen and Bar, where Spartan pride meets memorable meals.
Meet, greet, and compete in Michigan's capital city. The Lansing Sports Commission is dedicated to helping you host your next athletic tournament or event in Greater Lansing. Our free services include everything from event development and tournament planning to promotions and recruiting volunteers. No matter the sport, the LSC can make your next event your best event. Plan on something greater. Find details at lansingsports.org.
We are back live on the Robyn Fralick Show, presented by Diversified Insurance Group. All right, folks, it is now time for Alumni Hall Trivia. Today's winner will receive tickets to the next home game and a $25 gift card to Alumni Hall. And thank you in advance for participating in Alumni Hall Trivia. Alumni Hall, your ultimate Spartans shopping experience. Our question this week, and our final trivia question, at least for the in-program portion, Kennedy Blair now has tallied up 153 assists this year. That ranks as the 8th greatest single season in Spartan history for assists. Who has the greatest single season ever in MSU women's basketball history for the most assists in one season? If you think you have the answer, we got a microphone down here at the end of the stage. Come on up and give your guess and see if you're a winner. While we wait for our first guess here, though, Robyn, I want to bring something to the attention that actually just kind of went live and hit the wire.
Yeah.
Robyn Fralick has been announced and selected to be an assistant coach on the USA Women's U18 national team for 2026. Give a nice big congratulations, everybody. How about that? That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, I'm really excited. Last summer I had an opportunity to be a court coach with the AmeriCup team, which are the older kids. So this summer, getting a chance to be an assistant coach with the U18, which, is the best players in the country, going against the best in the country, and get an opportunity to coach with some coaches that are incredible. So very, very grateful for the opportunity.
You get to coach with Niele Ivey, who will be the head coach. Of course, she's the head coach at Notre Dame. So it's a really star-studded staff. But how does an opportunity like this come about, and what does it mean to you? Because you mentioned you have some experience doing stuff like this, but how's this one maybe a little bit unique?
Yeah, I mean, you got to get a little bit lucky. They ask you. It's something that you have to be asked to do. So I was fortunate last summer to get that opportunity. And I think once you get an opportunity, that you can get more. And I don't know. They sent me a call and I answered, and I was very excited for the chance. And I've gotten to know Niele because she was out there last summer too. And I always tease her because Jaden Ivey is her son, who's a famous basketball player. He was with the Pistons. He's now with the Bulls. And my son has a Jaden Ivey jersey. He loves Jaden. So we've been able to have some fun kind of talking about that. But got off track. Very excited. I'm just honored that I got the invite.
That's really, really something pretty special. While we're celebrating some things here, I want to bring this up too before we take a break. That win at Minnesota was the first at the barn since 2020 for Michigan State women's basketball. So the Spartans snapped that drought there in Minneapolis. And also with that win, it was the 4th ranked win of the season. Michigan State this year with 4 ranked wins ties the most since the 18-19 season for ranked wins in a year. That's the kind of territory this squad is starting to roam.
Yeah, no, I love when you share those sorts of things. And, when we've been kind of maneuvering through the Big Ten season, there's been times we know there's things we have to do better. And then there's times where we have to remind our team they're also doing things that haven't been done here in a long time. And so, to do those things, you have to be willing to learn. You have to be willing to be challenged. You have to be willing to adapt. But don't lose track of what you are doing. And some of these things, like you just shared, are things that haven't been done in a while. And to do that, we've got to continue to be able to challenge you.
It really is something pretty cool that we're getting to see here this year. When you shop Meijer, you help support hundreds of local teams across the Midwest, from big league stadiums to the neighborhood ball field. Learn more at Meijer.com/community. Still waiting for our first trivia guesses. In the meantime, we're going to step aside. When we come back, we'll get to know a little bit more. Number 9, Sara Sambolić. It's coming up around the corner. So we'll be back with more of the Robyn Fralick Show, presented by Diversified Insurance Group. You're on the Spartan Media Network.
Join me as I take a deep dive into the least insulted ticketing app in history, SeatGeek. Did SeatGeek invent the ticket?
No, but we do make them work.
Drum roll, please. Ooh, how do I use the Seat View feature?
It shows seats with a pole blocking the view. Don't buy those.
What if I want to sit behind a pole?
Buy those.
Join me as I bore you to death with a series of interviews about a ticketing app that just does what it's supposed to do.
Honeymoon, here we come. Where's our car?
It's been stolen.
We'll call our insurance agent. I'm right here.
Oh, hey, Jen. You got our invite.
Love the dress.
Are we covered for this?
Of course. That's why you chose auto owners. We work together to get the right coverage. So when the unexpected happens, you know you're covered.
That's simple human sense.
Now, how do we get to the airport?
Take mine.
Thanks, Jen.
Ask your independent agent if auto owners make sense for you.
There's a difference between an answer and a Michigan answer. It starts with our team and people like you. University of Michigan Health Sparrow is hiring for a wide variety of roles at all experience levels. Unlock your potential and discover a fulfilling career at one of our award-winning hospitals and health centers. We make a difference every day, together. Join us at careers.uofmhealthsparrow.org.
From the biggest of the big games to the littlest of the little.
There you go. Go!
Run, James!
No, first base!
Go, go, go! Whenever you shop Meijer, you help support hundreds of local sports teams across the Midwest. From some of the biggest stadiums in the state to the familiar fields down the street. You're helping make a difference to the people and places you call home. Learn more at Meijer.com/community.
Thanks for joining us for the Robyn Fralick Show, presented by Diversified Insurance Group. And by the way, a reminder that, frankly, you want to join us for the Michigan Sports Brief every weekday on all of our Spartan Media Network affiliates, presented by Frank & Muth Insurance. Find a local independent agent near you by visiting fmins.com. All right, folks, welcome up to the stage, the junior guard from Slovenia. It's number 9, Sara Sambolić. Give a nice warm welcome, everybody. Sara, thanks so much for being here.
Thank you.
We're very excited to get to know you a little bit more. And, of course, we always start off with 1 Mo Minute. Are you ready for this?
I am.
Okay, here we go. So we're going to put 60 seconds on the clock. If you are new to the game, we're going to rapid fire questions at Sara. The goal is to see how many she can answer about herself. If you don't have an answer right away, you can always elect to pass, and we can just keep it moving. We find out in the end how many you actually get to answer. The high watermark this season is Mara Dykstra with 25. So that's the number we're chasing.
Got beat
we're
that
chasing
roommate.
25.
I have to beat her.
You can see the focus now. There's a purpose behind it for Sara. All right. So we've got 60 seconds ready to go. Sara, are you ready to go?
Yes.
All right. The time will start as soon as we finish asking the first question. A genie pops out and can grant you one wish. What do you wish for?
To fly.
Who's your hero?
Mom.
Favorite class?
Kinesiology.
Favorite musical artist?
SZA.
Hidden talent?
I can draw.
Downtown condo or remote forest cabin? Where would you rather be?
Downtown condo.
Morning person or a night owl?
Night owl.
Favorite way to spend a day off?
Listening music.
Favorite sports team?
Fenerbahce.
Favorite month?
May.
Funniest person on the team?
Emma.
Where's the dream vacation spot?
Bahamas.
Pool or hot tub?
Hot tub.
What store do you spend the most money at?
Lululemon.
Biggest hobby?
Pass.
You're singing a song. What song do you pick?
The only girl in the world, Rihanna.
Clumsiest person on the team?
Mara.
Favorite drill practice?
Rebounding.
If you weren't playing basketball, what would you be doing?
Volleyball player.
You can only eat one thing the rest of your life. What is it?
Pizza.
Favorite movie?
Something borrowed.
Favorite animal?
Cat.
Cat or dog person?
Cat.
What's your most used emoji?
Laughing emoji.
In time.
What?
This is pretty good, folks.
Crushed it.
All right, let's see here. We have 23 for Sara Sambolić.
Oh my god.
That was a pretty good run, though.
The hobby. No. It was the
hobby. I passed the hobby.
hobby. That was very good.
That was one of the best performances we've had all season,
that was
folks.
fast. Good job.
And Sara's doing it in a second language.
Oh,
I mean, you got everybody beat here, Sara.
Yeah.
That's pretty impressive. All right, well, let's get to know Sara a little bit more. I think maybe the most natural way to start this conversation as we get to know you is, how did you end up here at Michigan State? Can you take us through the journey, how you ended up being a Spartan?
Well, I always wanted to play college basketball because, I watched UConn team, Paige Beckers and AZ Fudd and stuff, and I wanted to be a part of that. It seems so fun. And also to be able to play on a high-level basketball and do academics as well, I wanted to be part of that.
Now that you're in it, is it as fun as you thought it would be?
Yes and no. I mean, I've always been organized person, so I don't have problems with time managing. But yeah, sometimes it's tiring, especially going on away games. But I sleep a lot, enough. Yeah.
If water finds level, we figure out a way. Oh, Robyn, how about for you and the staff? How did you come across Sara?
Well, Coach Weimer had a connection, and Coach Weimer does a lot of our overseas recruiting, and so got an opportunity to know more about her, watch her. We did a Zoom call, watched a lot of film on her. She plays with the Slovenian national team, so has played high-level basketball. The national team in countries is a big deal. it's a real honor to make that. And she came to Michigan State. So we were very grateful for that.
Robyn there talks a little bit about the ability to play for your home country. I mean, what's the pride you feel, because you've won 3 gold medals with Slovenia?
Yeah, it's special. Like, you don't play for the name like on the back, you just play for your country. I take a really great pride in it. It's special, especially when the Slovene anthem is played before the game. You just feel joy and all the home fans. It's amazing.
And by the way, Sara has a twin sister named Hannah.
Hannah.
Okay, I was worried about that pronunciation. It was a little different than the American side. But she also plays for the national team, correct?
Yeah, she also plays with me.
How cool is it to be able to share that with your twin sister? And I was curious because you and Hannah are very close. You have a very tight-knit relationship, if you could share that with folks.
Yeah, she's my soulmate. I mean, we grew up together. We're all the time together before I came here. So yeah, I miss her a lot, but we're on FaceTime all the time. I was on FaceTime before I came here. When I woke up, I call her like, "How are you? What's up?" So I feel like I'm not missing too much, but it's hard.
That's one of the good things about technology, though. It affords to be able to close some of those distances. Robyn, you and I were talking earlier about, Sara Sambolić, the basketball player and the person, but the value that she's immediately brought to your program. How would you describe it for folks?
Well, Sara is really mature. She has a great competitive spirit. And one of my favorite things about Sara, and it is like an incredible life quality, is she is unbelievable at giving sincere compliments. Like, she really can she really acknowledges her teammates. She lifts them up. She's great at being able to identify people's strengths. And I just think it's an incredible quality. Her ability, there's no comparison piece with her. She can genuinely appreciate other people.
It's funny because I was writing down all these different talking points to go over with Sara.
Yeah.
And one of them I thought about when I just was thinking about Sara, between getting on the plane, on the bus, I don't know if there's ever been a time you make eye contact with Sara and she doesn't wave and say hello.
Oh, yeah.
She will acknowledge you every time. Very kind. Can you explain what it was like, your upbringing back home in Slovenia, and how your family kind of raised you into the person you are today?
I mean, my role model is my mom. She's a professor. She teaches mathematics and physics. And when I was younger, I remember she also did like tutoring, and all these random kids came to our home, and we just all hang out. And she's so welcoming and kind towards people who she doesn't know their story. And I always wanted to be like that, like my mom.
It's that's really a sweet answer. That's such a sweet answer. Go ahead and clap it up.
Is she listening right now?
I hope she is. I sent her a link.
If not, we'll find a way to get it still to her. There was a great article actually done about you in the State News here recently, and they talked a little bit about your relationship with your mom. And your mom, you mentioned, is a professor, and that was part of her reason to encourage you to come here to play basketball and get an education.
Yeah, she was like, just get the degree, come here, finish a degree in Slovenia and have 2 degrees. I'm like, okay, Mom, okay, I got it. I will try.
Well, and your mom actually, we really just discovered she was a part of the Slovenian national team for volleyball, correct?
Yeah, she was. She was a libero. She loves to play volleyball, especially beach volleyball. So all the time in the summer, we play a lot of beach volleyball.
Well, one of the things I want to ask you here, too, and I'll start with you, Robyn. Of course, folks that have been with us all season, Sara wasn't able to play right from the beginning, had to clear an eligibility hurdle, and finally was available against DePaul in December. That was her first game. Did it take her any time at all? Because I feel like it's kind of a hard thing to just be thrusted in that way, but she seems to have been able to handle that so well.
Well, the good news here was that she was here in the fall, so she got to practice with us a lot. She wasn't able to participate in games until second semester, but she was able to play with us through practice. So I thought that got her really ready to be able to compete.
Sara, I want to ask you a couple of questions before we let you go, some really about home. You're 4,566 miles away from home.
Oh my God.
Do you see her face when that realization popped up on her? What is it that you miss most about Slovenia right
You're
now?
like tugging on her heartstrings right now. Look at, I mean,
Number one is my sister, for sure. But otherwise, I have a large, close friend group, and I just miss mornings with them, like grabbing coffee together before we go to university. I think I miss that the most.
Again, how sweet is that? I was thinking of all these other things, and it's all about the relationships for Sara. Is there, kind of along my train of thought, like a food item that you miss so desperately that you can't get here? Is there anything like that?
Yeah, it's a dessert. It's called potica. It's with it's like a dough with sugar and walnuts, and it's super good, especially pairing with coffee. Delicious.
Well, if some of us here don't know that much about Slovenia, what should people know about your home country?
Well, Slovenia is known for being a green country. We have a beautiful nature, especially in summer and spring. We have a lot of lakes, and we're kind of famous for them. And national park, like mountains range, it's really beautiful.
I also want to ask you here, too, because you wrote some fun facts down before the season, and now I kind of want to circle back on some of them. One was that you can fall asleep in under 15 seconds.
Yes, when I'm tired, just lay and I'm done. And you can't wake me up. You have to really, Sara, wake up. Otherwise, I don't wake up.
One of the times where you might have been that tired was against Northwestern earlier this week, because, folks, she scored 13 points, had 6 assists, no turnovers, went 3 of 6 from the floor, 2 of 2 from three-point range, and 5 of 6 from the line. I mean, give it up for Sara Sambolić. What an incredible performance that was earlier this week against Northwestern. And I did want to ask you another one of your fun facts here. You had wrote down that you've watched every romantic movie that exists.
I'm a hopeless romantic. I love love everything about it. I just love watching romantic movies. I know what the end's gonna be like, but I don't care. I'm gonna watch it.
That's awesome. Well, real quick for both of you before we say goodbye to Sara. Sara, if you could explain, I mean, we've gotten to learn how much you love your teammates. You love love. You love everybody. How much you really enjoy being with this team this year at Michigan State and enjoy your teammates?
I love it. I've never met that kind of group of people before. I think each of my teammates is unique in their own way, and each friendship relationship is different. And I just appreciate it so much. Really.
That's really special. Robyn, if there's something that people, as they walk out of this building today or wherever they're listening from, that they should know about Sara, what is it?
We all need more Saras in our life. She makes every space she's in better.
That's terrific. Well, Sara Sambolić, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Really appreciate having you here today. Did a wonderful job. We're still waiting on a trivia answer. If you think you have the trivia, come back next segment and give it to us. We're going to step aside for a moment. The Robyn Fralick Show is presented by Diversified Insurance Group. We'll be back with more after a break on the Spartan Media Network.
Join me as I take a deep dive into the least insulted ticketing app in history, SeatGeek. Did SeatGeek invent the ticket?
No, but we do make them work.
Drum roll, please. Ooh, how do I use the seat view feature?
It shows seats with a pole blocking the view. Don't buy those.
What if I want to sit behind a pole?
Buy those.
Join me as I bore you to death with a series of interviews about a ticketing app that just does what it's supposed to do.
Sometimes we're asked if you need to be a Spartan to be a member of Michigan State University Federal Credit Union. The answer is no. To be an MSU FCU member, you just need 3 things. 1, you love saving money and earning cash back. 2, you have a passion for supporting your community, just like we do. 3, when it comes to your future, you prefer to dream big. If this sounds like you, visit msufcu.org to get started. Of course, if you want to cheer on MSU, we're totally on board with that too. Go green.
Spartans, when it's game time, it's One North time. Just minutes from Michigan State University, One North Kitchen and Bar is your go-to spot for scratch cooking and world-class hospitality. When you're celebrating a win or catching up with friends, we've got the perfect dish to make every moment special. Join us for the MSU Coaches Show and get closer to the action with the voices that bring Spartan spirit to life. Visit One North Kitchen and Bar, where Spartan pride meets memorable meals.
There's a difference between an answer and a Michigan answer. It starts with our team and people like you. University of Michigan Health Sparrow is hiring for a wide variety of roles at all experience levels. Unlock your potential and discover a fulfilling career at one of our award-winning hospitals and health centers. We make a difference every day, together. Join us at careers.ufmhealthsparrow.org.
Diversified Insurance Group presents the Robyn Fralick Show. All right, real quick, the Abood Law Firm is proud to sponsor the Beyond the Arc campaign. The Abood Law Firm will donate $25 for each Spartan three-pointer to the Izzo Legacy Foundation. Thanks to the Abood Law Firm for supporting the Izzo Legacy Foundation. So far, Michigan State women's basketball has made 216 threes. The men have made 205. Added up, that's 421 threes drilled by the Spartans, and that is $10,525 going to the Izzo Legacy Foundation. Excellent work being done there. All right, we want to circle back to our Alumni Hall trivia question. The question again, who has the greatest single season ever in MSU women's basketball history for the most assists in 1 year? Your name, where you're from.
Doug, East Lansing.
And Doug, your guess?
Well, I know who the most assists in career is, so
Okay.
I'm going to guess it's the same, Taryn McCutcheon.
It is not
No.
Taryn McCutcheon, but that's a very good guess. That's a good guess. If anybody else thinks they might have the answer, I'll start to give a little bit of a clue, or actually maybe we'll have a guess first. Maybe I can help her with the clue. It was a part of a Big Ten championship season from 96 to 97. Robyn, your guess.
Lindsey Bowen.
It is not Lindsey Bowen, but a good try. Let's see if we can get anybody else there. But again, we're talking about the 96-97 season. That's the hint we'll start with and see who ends up with it. While we wait for maybe another guess here, Robyn, I wanted to bring this up because we had a couple of listeners actually inquire about this, and I thought it might have been too early at the time for you to have actually wanted to talk about it. But I know you've actually had some discussions with the team and everybody else. This team is in a position, folks, to bring March Madness home to the Breslin Center. Absolutely clap it up. Michigan State has earned the right to be in this spot, control some destiny here down the stretch. Still got to take care of business, but what that would mean and how you, the staff, the team embrace that reality.
There you go again, Dalton.
I did hold off 2 weeks for it, so that's.
I mean, I think what we know is we've put ourselves in a position to play meaningful basketball, and I know it's coach talk, but really all we're talking about as a staff today is how to beat Ohio State. And that's the next challenge up on our list with, we know that postseason is coming soon and we have an opportunity to play for things that matter. But the reality is we've got to figure out how to guard Jelani Cambridge. So one step at a time.
And I get it, because we're going to talk about Jelani next. And Jelani's having a ridiculous season this year for Ohio State. Real quick before
I like that you tried, though. You almost,
I had to, try at least. But by the way, if it does happen that the NCAA tournament comes to East Lansing, it'd be the first time since 2009. I mean, we talk about some of that rare territory this team is circling. That's the position this group is in. But real quick before we step aside, I think we have another trivia guest.
Just a shot in the dark, Maxanne Reese.
It is not Maxanne Reese, but it's a good guess. Well, this one, we're still working a little bit.
All right, Stephanie.
Steph, what do we have?
Becca.
One more time.
Becca.
Tamika?
Yeah.
Tamika Matlock. Yep. Good job, Steph. Look at that.
Let's go, Steph.
Tamika Matlock with 229 assists in the 96-97 season. Excellent job by Steph. And she wanted me to tell you before the show, she's been coming here for 26 years.
Let's go, Steph.
Steph doing an excellent job, and she is our trivia winner here today. Thank you so much. Spartans dream big, and MSU Federal Credit Union is here to support you every step of the way. Whether your goals to pay off your student loan, build your dream home, or save for retirement, MSU FCU has you covered. MSU Federal Credit Union, the official credit union of Spartan Athletics. We're live with the head coach of the Spartans, Robyn Fralick. Today's show is presented by Diversified Insurance Group. You're listening to the Robyn Fralick Show.
Join me as I take a deep dive into the least insulted ticketing app in history, SeatGeek. Did SeatGeek invent the ticket?
No, but we do make them work.
Drum roll, please. Ooh, how do I use the Seat View feature?
It shows seats with a pole blocking the view. Don't buy those.
What if I want to sit behind a pole?
Buy those.
Join me as I bore you to death with a series of interviews about a ticketing app that just does what it's supposed to do.
Bella Vista Winery is proud to craft the preferred wine of Michigan State Athletics. You've enjoyed our wine at the game. Now stop by and enjoy it at the source. From Michigan vines to Spartan hearts. Relax with a glass in our tasting room, share delicious food, and take a bottle home with you. Whether you're headed to the game or dropping off your Spartan. Bella Vista Winery is just off I-96 at the Weberville Road exit, 1145 North Dietz Road. Remember to drink responsibly.
On the court, the MSU women's basketball team shows us the power of teamwork and dedication. Off the court, Diversified Insurance Group brings that same commitment to protecting what matters most. As an official partner of Michigan State University Athletics, we're proud to stand with the Spartans. Whether it's home, auto, life, or business insurance, Diversified Insurance Group has the coverage you need to stay ahead of the game. Personalized solutions just like a perfectly executed play. Visit WeDigInsurance.com today and let's win together on and off the court. Go green, go white, go MSU women's basketball.
Need up-to-date information on how to listen to the Spartans? Make sure to follow the Spartan Media Network on social media to see upcoming broadcasts of coaches' shows, ball games, features, and exclusive clips. Check out the Spartan Media Network on X, Facebook, and Instagram, and follow your radio home of the Michigan State Spartans. Go Green! We are back with more Spartan basketball here on the Robyn Fralick Show, presented by Diversified Insurance Group. Whether your moves across town or across the nation, the MUN team can help. Whether you're in the market to buy, sell, or both, check out the MUN team online at munteam.com. Jan and John Munn, serving buyers and sellers since 1985. They're realtors who get results. Wanted to take a moment here to peek ahead at the final opponent of the regular season. It is this Sunday at the Breslin Center in March's number 13, Ohio State. The Buckeyes have a record of 23-5 on the campaign, 12-4 in the Big Ten. They still have 2 games to go. They got to play Michigan tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. They'll be hosting that one, and then they'll make the trip here to East Lansing. But this is an Ohio State team that the conversation starts with Jelani Cambridge. She's averaging 23.1 points a game. She's pulling in 6 rebounds a game. She has 124 assists on the year. She's shooting 51% from the floor. Besides what she's doing on defense, I mean, we're talking about one of the best in the Big Ten.
Yeah, I mean, we think she's one of the best point guards in the country. She's electric. She's a jet. She's really fast. Just does so many things to help their team, you know, from creating, scoring, finding ways to steal the ball. So it definitely, you know, she's sort of the spearheads. They have a good team, but she is definitely the centerpiece.
And then some of the rest of that team, you then take a look at Chance Gray, who's the second leading scorer for the Buckeyes. She's putting up north of 14 points a game as well. What does Chance Gray bring to the table that has your attention?
Well, she can shoot. And so she offers them an outside threat. You know, Jelani does a good job of creating, getting in the paint, and Chance can shoot. And a big thing, too, is, you know, they press and pressure. So taking care of the ball, press break. It'll be a very different style game than our Minnesota game. You know, I think one of their biggest strengths is their speed. And it'll be our ability to take care of the ball and make sure we're getting good shots.
There's one more individual I want to ask you about along those lines. It's actually Jelani's sister, Kennedy Cambridge. This Cambridge combo is really tough to deal with. But Kennedy's right now the best in the Big Ten when it comes to swiping the basketball. She has 112 steals this season. She's averaging still 9 points a game, 4.5 rebounds a game. but she presents a real threat as well.
Well, defensively, she's a pest. She just has a knack for the ball, especially they press, they pressure. So some of it fits in their system too. Yeah, but they're a duo, the Cambridge sisters. I'm like, do you have more sisters? How old are they?
Need to know where they're at.
Yeah, they are. I think from what I know too, they've their whole family is just really athletic. So the Cambridge sister duo is, they're really good players, and it will have a week to find ways to make sure we're ready.
It's interesting, too, because they've had a wonderful season. I mean, we talk about the record that they've worked themselves up to. They also can claim a win over Maryland, who was number 8 at the time when they beat the Terps. They also knocked off number 10 TCU about a month ago on MLK Day, which was a non-conference game sandwiched in the middle of the Big Ten season. So they've picked off some really big wins. I think one of the really interesting things here, too, Robyn, is when people analyze Big Ten women's basketball, they put Michigan State and Ohio State in a similar category in terms of play style.
Yeah.
Both you and Ohio State really start maybe with disruption.
Yeah.
And it kind of goes from there. And I think you two are really the only team that has that exact type of play style. Everybody else finds different categories. But how hard is it to go against somebody with a similar play style as yourself?
Yeah, well, it's interesting, and I'd say even this year, I think there's overlap in our peskiness. I think there's an overlap in the disruption. How we do it, I think even this year looks a little more different. But that's what makes the league so fun. Every night it's just such a different style, yet tons of ways to be effective. So we know, they press. Jelani's really fast. They do a lot of things where they try to disrupt. So we're going to have to make sure that we feel ready for that.
Could be a track meet, folks. Make sure you bring some water with you to the Breslin Center on Sunday. That is a noon tip as well. Even Sparty knows everyone needs a timeout every now and then, so why not take yours at the beach? Myrtle Beach is home to 60 miles of warm, sandy beaches, over 2,000 restaurants, and much more. Enter now for your chance to win your very own beach break getaway. Compliments of Visit Myrtle Beach. Go to visitmyrtlebeach.com/MSU to enter your ultimate beach break. It's just a click away. We'll be back with more from Coach Fralick, presented by Diversified Insurance Group. You're on the Spartan Media Network.
Join me as I take a deep dive into the least consulted ticketing app in history, SeatGeek. Did SeatGeek invent the ticket?
No, but we do make them work.
Drum roll, please. Ooh, how do I use the Seat View feature?
It shows seats with a pole blocking the view. Don't buy those.
What if I want to sit behind a pole?
Buy those.
Join me as I bore you to death with a series of interviews about a ticketing app that just does what it's supposed to do.
Style or substance? Somehow it became one or the other when choosing a truck. But there is another choice. Not stopping until you have everything. That's GMC Sierra. We are professional grade. Michigan residents get $1,000 lease cash. Well-qualified GM employees with a current eligible GMC lease use it to get a 24-month ultra-low-mileage lease for $199 per month with $34.19 due at signing on a 2026 Sierra light-duty Elevation Crew Cab 4x4 with a 2.7-liter engine. That's $199 per month with $34.19 due at signing. Must be a current lessee of a 2021 model year or newer Buick or GMC vehicle through GM Financial for at least 30 days prior to the new vehicle sale. Tax, title, license, dealer fees extra. No security deposit required. Mileage charge of 25 cents a mile over 20,000 miles. At participating dealers only. Residency restrictions apply. Visit gmcofferinfo.com for details.
Sometimes we're asked if you need to be a Spartan to be a member of Michigan State University Federal Credit Union. The answer is no. To be an MSU FCU member, you just need 3 things. 1, you love saving money and earning cash back. 2, you have a passion for supporting your community, just like we do. 3, when it comes to your future, you prefer to dream big. If this sounds like you, visit msufcu.org to get started. Of course, if you want to cheer on MSU, we're totally on board with that too. Go green.
Thanks for joining us and the Spartan fans here at One North for the Robyn Fralick Show, presented by Diversified Insurance Group. All right, folks, as we mentioned at the beginning of the show, this is our last gathering for the season of 25-26. And certainly it's been a lot of fun to bring the Robyn Fralick Show to you all season long. We figured we'd take a moment here at the end and give out some thank yous. How about a big thank you to Chris Ordaway, who's been the audio engineer for all the MSU coaches shows this year. Done a terrific job. Certainly really appreciate all of his help. Tessa Costco, back on the video stream. Big thank you to Tessa, who's been running things. Emma McEwen did a nice job as well while she did it. In the Skyview studios all season long, it's been Matt Contreras Valenzuela. Big thank you to Matt for producing everything back at the Skyview studios. How about a big round of applause for One North Kitchen and Bar? Yeah! Absolutely. Managers Caleb Van Zee and Jeremy have done a great job. The entire service staff, Rhiannon Volks, the entire kitchen crew, all doing a wonderful job. And, of course, the owners, Scott Berman and Kathy, a big thank you to all of them. With the MSU women's basketball program, the SID, Kara Fisher, always getting everything around and ready. Let's give it up for Kara Fisher. Abby Knackford, the director of social media content, always books all the guests. Big thank you to Abby. We simply could not do it without those last two for sure. How about the entire coaching staff as well that comes out each and every week? Director of Basketball Operations, Mo Rosati, Joel Weimer, Dean Lockwood, Maria Kaza, Bianca Smith. A huge thank you to all of you. A big thank you to all of our player guests that joined us throughout the entire season. Certainly made these shows a lot of fun, brought a lot of energy to all of them. There was one staff member we didn't mention because she's also the MC of the festivities here at One North Kitchen and Bar in the breaks. That's Associate Head Coach Kim Cameron. Give it up for Kim Cameron. Does a wonderful job here. And, of course, a big thank you to all of you, whether you joined us all season here at One North Kitchen and Bar, you listened on the radio, you watched wherever you are. We certainly appreciate your support. It makes it a lot of fun having your support in doing these shows. So a big hand to yourselves. A big round of applause for yourselves.
Yeah, and how about a big thank you to Dalton, the best voice in America.
Well, thank you. Well, how about for one of the best coaches in America, too, Robyn Fralick? Give it up for Robyn Fralick, huh?
Sincerely, we really appreciate you guys coming out all year and supporting us and being with us here, being with us at the Breslin, and looking forward to continued support. But thank you so much for taking time for our program.
Yeah, we genuinely mean it. This has been awesome all season long. And you talk about it, that support can carry over to the Breslin Center. And this Sunday, it's a big one, folks. We talk about Michigan State, Ohio State. It's a top 15 battle. It's a noon tip at the Breslin Center. We're going to be taking the airwaves at 11:45 in the morning. This is a game that, I mean, we just previewed some of the styles, some of the individual matchups, but this is a game between two of the best in the Big Ten, and having a home court advantage would go a long ways.
Yes, my Breslin friends. We will see you there Sunday at noon.
And, of course, on the radio,
bring your friends, bring your coworkers. Whoever it is, can't wait to play at home and can't wait to see you guys there.
Find somebody, have them find somebody, and then find somebody and bring them over to East Lansing. And, of course, we'll be on WVFN with that radio broadcast. Real quick, Robyn, we're just about out of time here. Something that the folks should be really proud about with this team.
This team is writing a really cool story, and they're doing some things that haven't been done in a long time, and a big part of that comes with your support. So we appreciate that, and as we share with them, we still have a lot more story to write, so we're excited for that.
For the final time this season, for Head Coach Robyn Fralick, I'm Dalton Shetler. So long, and go green. Oh, boy!
You've been listening to The Robyn Fralick Show on the Spartan Media Network from Playfly Sports. The Robyn Fralick Show has been presented by Diversified Insurance Group, your independent insurance agency for home, auto, and life. The Robyn Fralick Show was also brought to you by One North Kitchen and Bar, making good times great. Meyer, supporting hundreds of sports teams across the Midwest. Dean Trailways, the official ground transportation provider of Spartan Athletics. Make Dean Trailways your favorite ride. The Munn Team, Jan and John Munn at Berkshire Hathaway Home Services. Tommy Raines Realtors that get results. The MSU Federal Credit Union. Spartan fans dream big with MSU Federal Credit Union. And by Coors Light. Choose chill. The Robyn Fralick Show has been a presentation of Playfly Sports in partnership with Michigan State Athletics. All rights reserved. Join us next time right here on the Spartan Media Network.